Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Abby Marie and I'm super excited to have you guys here today. I'm going to be sharing 10 ways I got healthier in my 20s. So if you want to see how I got healthier in my 20s and if this can help you as well, then please keep watching. All right, so number one, I started to invest in myself, meaning I started to invest in my personal growth and exploration. Now, I know that for a lot of people this may seem very cool to do at the moment, or it may seem like everybody you know is reading some kind of self-help book, but I really think that there is some magic to investing in yourself as a person. Now, we have a lot of limiting thoughts and behaviors and beliefs about who we are as a person and what we're capable of. A lot of us can question our worth and if we're capable of doing certain things, and when you start to learn more about who you are as a person and the things that make you tick, your strengths, your weaknesses, what you like, what you don't like, then you can really start to enrich your life and surround yourself with things, people, and experiences that are going to make you a better person. I've gone to tons of personal growth seminars, I've read books, done audios, programs, you name it, and while some have been so-so, a lot of ones have been really great and have taught me a lot about myself. A fun, interesting fact is that I'm actually an extroverted introvert. So as outgoing as I am, I prefer smaller groups of people and I like alone time to kind of recharge. Now, I would have thought my whole life I'm this extroverted, bubbly, outgoing person, but realizing that I actually get very drained being around a ton of people all the time. So it's through this personal growth and this exploration that I've learned so much about myself that it's helped me in all areas of my life, especially relationships. Number two, I started a self-care routine, and this goes from morning and nightly routines, from skincare to meditating to reading books to keeping a gratitude journal. I started to incorporate little routines into my day at the beginning and end of my day, because the middle of the day so much can happen, but you have the most control at the beginning and end of your day. So I started creating these very small, quick routines that I could do that would help me stay on track and make me feel like no matter what happened during my day, if I got those done, then not only did I feel accomplished, but I felt fulfilled as well. Some really important part of my self-care routine is my gratitude journal. I do it every single morning, and I write down 1 to 2 things I'm grateful for in the present, and then 1 to 2 things I'm grateful for in the future. I also make sure that I read at least 10 pages a day of some kind of book, whether it is a personal growth book or something on business or even something like the Bible. This all helps me kind of stay mentally, spiritually, and emotionally strong so that I can be the best person possible every single day. Now, that's me trying to be the best person every day. It doesn't mean that I don't have down days or emotional lows. Of course I do, but I've learned how to embrace the emotional lows, not just to try to get over them, but to embrace them and understand why I'm having them. Number 3, this one is a big one and probably one you may have not heard before, but I started a home-based online business. And through this home-based business, I also learned a lot about people. It increased my people skills, and it also helped me realize that being my own boss was actually a huge passion of mine. So there was a lot of wins when it came to starting a home-based business. It also led me to my 4th one, which is starting to meditate and grow in my spiritual walk. So when I was early, like as a kid, I would go to church with my parents and I would hear the stories from the Bible, but I didn't really have my own set of beliefs, nor did I really understand how the Bible stories kind of related to me in this day and age and how they all kind of connected together. It wasn't until my mid to late 20s that I really started to dive into my own spiritual walk and growth, and it was through business that led me there. This home-based business, number 3, is what led me to number 4. Basically, I realized that having a business requires you to have faith that things are going to work out for you and that you have to learn to trust the process. So through number 3, I have found my spiritual walk, my path, meditating, and making my spiritual health an important aspect of my self-care routine. Number 5, I learned to cook. Now, this was not easy. The only thing I could make after I graduated high school and left my parents' house was tuna casserole, and it wasn't exactly the healthiest thing, but it was the only thing I knew how to cook besides the obvious pancakes, toast, that kind of thing. But it was through watching other people cook, going to other people's houses for dinner, offering to help, watching a few things on YouTube and Pinterest on how to cook certain meals, a lot of trial and error, possibly more error than trial, and I just just learned how to cook, and it took years and I am still learning. But learning to cook has made me really excited about, one, my health, and two, what I'm actually putting into my body, learning more about nutrition. And it was through learning to cook that I actually decided to get certified at the Institute of Integrative Nutrition and learn more about how to use food as fuel instead of this like negative relationship with food. Number 6, I made my meal prep a priority. So I know that I just mentioned cooking, but meal prep is huge. And I was on my game for a few years and then I fell off of it. I'm sure you guys can relate. That can happen pretty easy. And I realized that through meal prep, I was able to not only lose fat but maintain my results. And when I stop meal prepping, I usually, like most of you, probably reach for the fastest, most convenient thing, which is usually food outside of the home, where you don't know what's going in it and it's usually packed with hidden calories. So meal prepping made a huge difference in my health in my 20s, and I think this applies to any age. Doesn't matter if you're 20, 30, 40, 18, 50, or 90. Number 7, this is a big one. For 6 months, I unplugged from pretty much all social media. And I mean unplugged. I pretty much put my Facebook account on pause. I didn't go on Instagram. The only time I went onto YouTube was to maybe listen to some kind of audiobook, but other than that, I went completely cold turkey on social media for 6 months. And it was probably the best thing I could have done for my mental and spiritual health, because I needed time to focus on me and not worry about anybody else's life and just give that time to myself. Number 8, I got out of debt. Now, I've been in and out of debt probably about 3 or 4 times, and when I'm talking debt, I'm talking anywhere from $22,000 to $2,000. The first time I was in debt, I was 21, and I had $22,000 in debt from school, car loans, stupid mistakes, stupid decisions, and then got out of debt by the time I was about 23, 24. Then I got back into debt for some important tools for business and just some smarter choices. So I think that there's dumb debt, where you spend your money that you really don't have and it's not going to repay you in any way. And then there's debt that you can take on that will repay you, whether it is a program, some kind of business tool that's going to help your business accelerate, those kinds of things. So the smartest thing that I've done is got out of my dumb debt and then invested in the right tools and programs that did pay me back, and I was able to pay off in a timely manner. Number 8, I think. Number 9. Number 9, I tracked my transformation. Now, this is something that I don't just mean physically, but I mean emotionally and mentally and spiritually as well. So not only have I taken tons of progress photos over the year, done my measurements like actual inches and weighed myself and those kinds of things, but I've also tracked my progress when it comes to journaling. So I've been journaling since I was 20 years old, and it's never been super consistent until the last couple of years, but I've journaled enough to really go back in time and kind of take a sneak peek at what my mentality was like back in my early 20s, and I've tracked my progress since then. I've also done videos that are private for myself or my old business that's on YouTube that I can go back and watch, and I can see how far I've come and how much I have grown. Now, last but not least is number 10, and I've already mentioned this before, but basically I started to meditate and pray. Now, I think this is super important for emotional and mental health. I think that since I started to meditate and pray more seriously within the last 2 years and made it a part of at least my daily or weekly ritual, it's helped me calm down any frustration and voices in my head, doubts, fears, anxieties, and it's really helped me find who I am as a person from the inside. It's helped me quiet the voices in my head that are going off all the time and learn how to listen to my intuition. Meditation and prayer have been a huge transformation for me personally, especially in my 20s. And I know that a lot of people in their 20s tend to deal with anxiety, and I think that this has helped me pretty much get rid of my anxiety. I used to have pretty bad anxiety when I was in my early 20s, and now here at 28, I really don't have any. It is pretty rare that I have any kind of anxious types of feelings unless it's about something good and exciting. So those are the 10 ways I got healthier in my 20s. If you liked this video, it's helped you, or you want to share it with somebody else, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and like and subscribe so you can get more videos just like this. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have found a way that you've gotten healthier in your 20s, post in the comments section below. I would love to hear from you, and you guys have a wonderful day.